Hello everyone, and welcome to Outta Curiosity with Mz.ChiGurl. I'm your host, Mz.ChiGurl. Thank you for joining me this morning. This morning's topic is going to be kind of interesting. I just came up with it. This is going to be one of my random thoughts that I have, and I want to share with you. It was funny because I'm preparing a video to talk about the Grammys and everything. And it's funny, I was completely oblivious to the Grammys this weekend. I don't keep track of that stuff anymore because the Grammys aren't what they were when I was growing up. I'm sorry, back in the day, Grammys took place. You knew who all the artists were, even if they weren't in your favorite music genre. But that's not the case so much now. Now I'm on there like, who? Who's this? I don't know this person. Anyway, so I don't watch it. But it's funny because when my son started telling me about, who was winning at the different times and everything, and it came out that Beyonce won Best Country Album, I was like, well, good for her. Speaking of which, happy Black History Month. But what really surprised me because she went on to win, I want to say album of the year. Double check that because I'm going to be going over that later. But I want to give you this video first. Is that I am surprised that she was able to win as well as some of the other Black artists this year because today's climate really has been weighing heavy on me mentally. Um, I'm not going to even get into the politics of it all, but as a Black woman working in corporate America, things have really been difficult. Is the only thing I can think of. And it's funny because I have been seeing a lot of articles and think pieces about trauma for the Black woman in corporate America. And I feel that. I truly to my heart feel it. And it seems like it's more prevalent now than it ever has been. And to help me keep my mental so that I can go to work and do what I need to do, I've been listening to Beyonce. And it was just so coincidental that the Grammys was going on and that, she made her announcement about her tour and this whole thing about her winning all of these awards. And it was like so much so that my son was like, what's going on with you? And you've been listening to Beyonce, he was like, you never really rock with her like that. You like her music, but like you've been listening like you part of the Beehive. And I was like, no, it's not even about that. And I said, I wouldn't say I'm definitely a Beehive person because I can't even say it. I'm sorry, I'm new addition to my heart. Yes. Mary J. Blige. Tony, Tony, Tony. Those are my favorite artists, honestly. But Beyonce is starting to creep up there. And especially when I went through all of her songs on Spotify, and like I have 43 songs liked. So I was going through it trying to find stuff to keep me motivated. So it's funny, I'm gonna just tell you guys this that recently I returned back to work because I took a medical leave. I've told you guys already that I've been having health issues. And so I went back in December and things kind of changed around the office. I'm not going to get into particulars and specifics and everything, but I have been kind of down and it's been hard to really keep myself going. And then it was funny because it was like one day I woke up and I prayed and I told my son because he was also trying to cheer me up because he saw me kind of down. Anyway, he was trying to cheer me up, and the next morning it hit me. I need to show them who I am. I need to show them that I'm that bitch. Oh, story short, I created what I call a work-ish playlist that's full of different women. And I don't know if you want to call it It's funny. Spotify has a whole genre for this. They call it a bougie. Excuse me, I keep cursing. A bougie-ish um, stomp list or something like that. And I cracked up when I saw it. And so one of my songs that I was listening to that's on that list was Diva by Beyonce. And so I got tired of my playlist. And so I've been exploring other songs. And so, like, one of the songs is Sorry. And actually, you will never guess where I got this from. I was listening to a TED Talk about Black women wrapping their pain in a little package so that we can work in corporate America nowadays. And so she mentioned how this particular person, and I'm going to get her name, honestly, because it was really great. Matter of fact, let me look it up now. I'm not going to even, um, talk about this TED Talk and not tell you who it was who inspired me. I want you guys to check it out if you are so inclined to. Okay, so the name of the TED Talk is Black Women Wrapping Our Pain in Pretty Packages by Frances Cudjoe-Waters. And I'm going to put the link in at the end of this video. But like I said, if you want to hear about how uh, I don't know how to say it any except to say racism is in corporate America and it is attacking Black women, listen to her. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So when Beyonce started winning and she won for country, I was shocked because with corporate America now implementing this return to office, which I think is completely uncalled for. And I'll tell you, some of my reasons are, of course, because like me, I can do my work at home. I'm able to work on a computer. Obviously, I'm doing this video. But returning to office is something that's going to be hard for me. Not only that, um, the whole DEI initiative. It was funny that, all these companies are pulling it back. And we as Black people are having to, try and keep ourselves motivated. It's so much so that I was at the mall over the weekend getting something for my queen, my mommy. My mommy turned 79. Happy birthday, mommy. And I was at the mall and I was sitting waiting for my son to come get me. And this Black woman was walking into the store and she saw me sitting down and she said, "Hey, keep your smile." And I said, "Thank you, I will." And so she was like, "We got to keep our smile in this nowadays," because she was like, and I was like, "Yeah, I know." She was like, "My mother knew what she was doing, keeping me in the church, because you gotta have a church in order to stay, keep your head up and motivated in this time, age and time." And I was like, "I know, right?" And she was telling me about all the days she went to church. Wednesday was Bible study. Friday was something, I don't know. You see, I wasn't in church that much. It was choir rehearsal. And Sunday was actually church service. And so I was like, "Yeah, yeah." And so then she was like, "Yeah, we got to keep ourselves together because she did what I'm going to say is called the call and repeat in church." And she said, "Because we live by what?" And then I said, "Faith." And not by what? I'm going to tell my mother this story today because I actually have to meet with her this morning. But it was so funny. I said, "I failed. I failed the back call out." I said, "Yeah, I know when I tell my mother this story, she going to say, 'See, I told you need to bring your tail back to church.'" But my point being that a random woman walks, or excuse me, a random Black woman walks up to me and we're all in the same mind frame. We're trying to keep each other motivated because things are in a bad state, or at least I'm gonna say for a Gen Xer, and this is a correction to my first video where I said I was a Gen Z. Of course, I'm not Gen Z. That's my son. I'm a Gen X. Sorry about that. Anyway, as a Gen Xer, I never thought I would live to see this type of racism and dissension and I don't know what else to call it. But my whole point being is that it was so wonderful to see Beyonce break barriers, and especially when she didn't feel accepted by the country community because she wasn't even nominated at the CMAs, which is the Country Music Awards. And then for the Grammys, which is known to miss the mark, to not only give her the best country album, but she also, I believe, got the album of the year, which she is always missed every year. She was doing a whole Susan Lucci because for those of you who are old enough to know, I'm sure you had somebody who watched soap operas back in the day. Susan Lucci played Erica Kane on All My Children. And she was on that show since I want to say 72. And every year she was nominated for a Daytime Emmy and didn't win until the 90s. And I was even like, yes, thank you for giving us this, Susan Lucci, finally. I knew the whole thing. I was in and out of watching All My Children. You know, it seemed like I got into it, I want to say high school, college. But anyway, my whole point is that I'm at least happy to see that Beyonce got her flowers last night at the Grammys. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Thank you for joining or sticking in to listen to the rest of my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And I want to thank you guys who have been giving me the constructive feedback and comments. Well, not comments. You guys haven't been commenting. You've been contacting me directly. But if you're new and you don't know me, please leave a comment with constructive feedback. One of the things I've been told is you guys want me to start off with shorter videos instead of longer videos. So that's what this is. That's why I'm breaking it up. I'm going to do a Grammy review. So you'll see that later on. This also means that I'm sorry if any of you guys were looking for your wax reviews. I don't think I'll be doing it. I'm sorry. Everybody is saying they want me to start with shorter time frame content. So I'm gonna try that, see if we can build our audience, and then maybe I could do it live. And that way you guys can see my commentary on reviews on shows and so forth. So again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I am listening. I am trying to improve this content so that it's something that you'll enjoy. Thank you. Just a side note, if you want some additional, I guess, girl chants or girl empowerment rock songs to listen to by Beyonce, she has some more. I'll tell you a few of them that I was listening to. And it's so funny. So on Friday, I did my weekend review. And to get me pumped up, I was listening to Get Me Body and Kitty Cat. So if you're getting ready to go out and you need a song to get you pumped up to go out and have some fun, those are a couple. But then like another one that I was listening to, or a couple of songs that I was listening to that really get me into that my mind and get ready to fight kind of thing is Formation. Hey, let's get information. So this is in addition to the ones I already told you, which is Diva. Oh, I told you about Sorry because that reminded me of the TED Talk that I was listening to. And another song that is a great get you into that mind frame, I would say, is Freedom. Freedom with Kendrick Lamar, who also won a Grammy last night. So If you want to hear my full list of Get My Mind Right to Work in Corporate America, let me know and I'll do a video on those songs as well. I really wish I could play the stuff for you, but copyrights and all that, they won't let me play it. But I wanted to give you at least the names of the songs to probably get your mind right when you're going into work and trying to deal with all this nonsense with return to office and DEI initiatives being uh, rescinded. So that's my 2 cents. All right, bye.